Speak today on chapter 4.2, the agricultural, forest and mineral resources zone. In section 4.2.1, the introduction, the DEIR text here lists 3 documents used in the agricultural impact analysis. The CPC submitted numerous additional resources, agricultural impact mitigation, and comments on draft general plan and scoping comments. And so I'd like to ask you to please use those reference materials in the final EIR. And also to comment, it is not enough to merely evaluate the impacts of build-out of the general plan as mapped. The general plan policies also determine the ease or difficulty of amending the general plan map to convert additional agricultural lands to other developed uses. Stronger policies limiting the conversions of agricultural lands can mitigate this impact. For example, in figure 4.2 indicates that approximately 1,600 acres of agricultural land currently in Williamson Ag Preserves is in non-renewal status. So it's likely that these lands will seek conversion to other developed uses. In the final EIR, evaluate the potential agricultural land conversion impact of having minimal limits on the conversion of agricultural lands and having no established programs and/or standards to mitigate such project impacts. In section 4.2.2, environmental setting, table 4.2-2, the EIR states, with the exception of a slight increase in 2014, the amount of farmland in the county has remained relatively consistent between 2012 and 2015, as shown below in table 4.2-2. However, this is far too short of a time frame to demonstrate the conversion of farmland to other developed uses over time. This is needed to put the potential impacts of a long-term general plan into perspective and to evaluate the cumulative impacts of agricultural land conversion over time. So I'd ask that you please include this information in the final EIR. If not, please note in the executive summary that the need to acknowledge the past level of conversion is a controversy. In table 4.2-11, the conversion of mineral lands to other uses could result in otherwise undisturbed asbestos-bearing rock graded for development under conditions in which the asbestos emissions are less controlled than in mineral production. Please note this potential impact of the conversion of mineral lands to developed use in the final EIR. If not, please note in the executive summary that the need to acknowledge these potential impacts of mineral land conversion are a controversy. In table 4.2-12, the DEIR identifies as part of the existing setting the regulatory context. This section identifies part of the carrot, such as tax incentive, and the stick, which would be regulation, associated with the carrot and stick approach to regulation. However, missing from this in the DEIR is any mention of the many other incentives provided by federal and state governments, private foundations, and that which can be provided by local government. In the post-regulatory era, these incentive programs are an important part of the context in which regulation operates. As such, they provide a huge opportunity for local governments to soften the blow of regulation and to feasibly mitigate the impacts of general plan build-out. In addition, they provide the opportunity to fund programs for long-term preservation of agricultural and forest lands, as well as the products and ecosystem services they provide. Failing to provide this information in the DEIR fails to inform the decision makers and the public regarding ways to feasibly fund future impact mitigation and resource conservation programs. As an example, the USDA has over 30 programs providing loans, grants, and technical assistance to rural communities to improve their economic viability and thereby maintain their ag and forest lands in future production, such as the USDA Rural Development, the Catalog of Loans, the grants and technical assistance. These include grants for value-added producers, for energy efficiency, for community facilities, for water supply and wastewater treatment, for broadband services, and for workforce housing. By actively participating in these grant programs, the county can help keep Calaveras County agriculture productive and competitive in the 21st century, so that owners will keep their lands in production rather than aiming to convert them to developed uses. Please disclose this in the regulatory context section of the final EIR.